Alright, testing. Looks like I'm live. Hello everybody, it's me, Tomebinder, and welcome back to part 3 of my Making a Map series. And this is going to be a stream focused mostly on creating interiors. I sure hope none of that intro was cut off, but I don't think it was, so we're going to barrel straight forward ahead. Yes, this stream will focus on interiors. I've done no changes to the map since the previous stream, so we're going to focus on putting on the final coats of paint and then populating the interiors with objects and units so we can continue and start working on the more gameplay side of things. But before I do that, I'm going to post a link out in all the usual places as per tradition, so that'll take a minute or two. My apologies for the delay. Sorry about that. My voice is always played back. Just a unfortunate technical side effect. But yeah, I'm going to post the link now. Welcome to the stream, Engie. It's nice to see you here. Oh, he got the link up already. Very nice. Thank you, Engie. That's very helpful that you do that. It makes this beginning part go a little bit faster. And I think a couple of people wanted to be pinged when I stream. I think it was Peanut and Jay. What's Jay's name again? Hold on. It was JFX. Gosh, I just know him as Jay. Okay, I have pinged them both, and now we're good to start. Welcome, Scootile, and welcome, Damien. Oh, Scootile is announcing a new project after the stream. That's interesting. And I now have this set up. He said NG will love it. Okay. Well, I now have it set up so I can see the chat. And there hasn't really been too many changes to the world of the beach house yet. We've restored power to the beach house, so we should be good to just leave right away. And normally we do less stuff in the beach house on tutorial type streams anyway. But I will check on the pig for Damien. You know what? He seems to be doing just fine, and Celespia is watching over him and protecting him from any danger. So the pig is doing very well. And in fact, I figured out how to look at the chat replay, so I'm going to be putting up a poll on the JNI Game server about what we should name the pig very soon, probably right after this stream. But yeah, we're leaving the beach house now, so we're going to head right over onto that map that I'm building and start working on the interiors for it. And just working on Prefab 2. Very nice. Very nice. I enjoyed Prefab 1 immensely. I'm looking forward to the spin on things that I assume is going to put into Prefab 2. But anyway, here we go. New map, it's called. We don't have a name for it yet. And I've made no changes to this map since the previous stream. I still have about roughly half of the map to paint and do the superficial changes, so we can kind of reacquaint ourselves here. It's that interior-exterior type map that we were working on. So I'm going to go through here, get to where I was at last time. Welcome to the stream, Peanuts. Yeah, okay, I think this area is pretty much painted. I think we're good to continue here. And this area seems to be pretty much painted. This area may not be. Yeah, this is the kind of red room that I was talking about or planning about earlier. So the first thing I'm going to do is... Oh, these are already all locked. Very nice. Peanut says you won't be here long. That's fine. Okay, so I do remember where I was at last time around on stream. I was working on this black and white hallway. Yes, you remember this, Damien? I remember it as well. We're just going to finish that up by repainting the ceilings. And Ravmar says excited for the map. Thank you. I think it'll be pretty good. Putting a lot of time into this one. Perhaps an open door with a room in the red hall. That would be cool. I'm just if you just give me a second, I just need to finish this painting quickly. But that is certainly something that I'm able to do. It's very simple to have a door be automatically set to open with scripting. So just selecting these regular gray walls, and I'm going to bring them up to be white walls. So we fit the sort of white and black color scheme. Alright, I think we're just about done there. Okay, well, we're going to have to change these to black. So going back, we'll do that. And then we'll return to the red hallway, red room, and make any changes we need to. Because we were working on that as the previous stream sort of started to wind down. But now it's at the start of the stream, so we can direct all our energies to it. And yeah, this won't be a variety stream. I'm sort of trying to keep my content somewhat, I don't know, different every time. But I'm going to be continuing doing them, obviously. This is just a series I'm working on. I can't, I don't imagine this stream is going to last more than five parts long. I don't think this Making a Map series will be more than 5 parts long. We'll probably do this one today for doing that last decorative stuff, and then a scripting one, yeah. So this one will be this isn't the last decorative stuff. This one will be more like populating the interiors with like objects and units. That's my hope anyway. And then we'll have a scripting one next time around, and then after that a sort of finishing touches one after that. And the last one may be a bit longer than these ones that we've been doing so far, but I don't think that should be too big of an issue. For coloring, if you select more modulars than the one you want to color, say 3 red, 2 black, it will color all to red. Yeah, I know. I think I knew that already. 8 subs away until I play Liam Goes to Popeyes. Yep, that's true. That is a promise that I will keep. I'm going to color these to be white as well. We're going to ignore the gray on here. And these streams are always a little bit more chill and small scale than the variety streams, which is totally fine, you know. Keeping up a sort of schedule of streaming can be a bit time-consuming and tiring, so it's very nice to have these ones to work with, because they're just a little more relaxed, and hopefully you learn something, but yeah. Okay, we're going to go in here and have this be... I think the idea for these rooms that the black and white hallways connect to, they're going to be ringed with black and then have white in the center. So let's find the next room here. It should be this. There's only 2 rooms. Okay. I guess maybe there's nothing to do except turn that all black. Okay. Alright then. That was simpler than I thought it would be. Also, we're in a bathroom. No, this is not a bathroom. This is just a hallway, a regular hall. This is locked, right? Yeah, just had to check. Okay, so I think we're done with that paint now. We're going to move forward, because I'm going to try and quickly get through the finishing up with the painting, so that we can move on to the populating with objects stuff. Also, where is a bathroom? Oh, I haven't put a bathroom in yet, but I will. For FNAF 2, I have all the mechanics in mind, so I should be good. Very nice. How far along are you on it, would you say? Peanut. Not Peanut. NG. Let's get ourselves a little bit of... Let's get ourselves some pillars in here, and then we're going to start to recolor this area with as a little bit of speed here. It would be nice to have one. Yeah, I figured that out after a second there, Peanut, yeah. So in here, maybe we'll have I'm not sure. I think we'll leave that alone for now, because this place is probably going to be easier in general. We're going to have this sort of open area with a metal wall here that blocks the player's passage forward, so they have to turn right. Yeah, there's literally going to be one called Withered Liam, I'm pretty sure, because all of them are withered now. That is, if the Liam animatronic stays in for FNAF 2. Angie says FNAF 2 is about 5/8 done. Alright, well, no need to rush, of course. But, because it's always nice. I think one of the reasons that FNAF had some staying power was because it always kind of evolved on its formula each time. Okay, anyway, now we're going to focus more on this big wide open area. It's about 5/8 done. It's a sequel to FNAF 1. Would there be new ones? I don't think, NG, I don't think you should spoil anything in the chat. I mean, unless you really want to, but that's going to be my thought. So I think this area is going to be a mimic of the first area, visually, except with a different color, because the first area, the area leading in from the outside, had a stripe on the wall, and this is another area leading in from the outside, except the only difference is the player will be taking a different direction. Welcome to the stream, Jay. I just took a Steam screenshot, yeah, by accident. I do that sometimes. Yeah. That was me, I must admit it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is... What color was this? This was green over here. Let's get like a dark red, I think is what we want for this area. Kind of a more red area down here. Oh, there's a problem with the server. I have to reconnect to the chat. You have intentionally taken a screenshot once. Oh, only one time. Yeah, it happens on accident much more often than you might think. Let's go back here. Both sides were... Oh, the two sides were different colors. Got it, okay. So I think what we want to have happen now is... what do we want to have? Okay, so I think we need to remove the paint from this side and have it be a different color here to indicate that the different color paints take you to different areas. This can be like a yellow, maybe. Or an orange. I kind of like that orange. Well, maybe let's make it yellowy. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So now this just will indicate that the player can take either the yellow brick road or the red brick road. Oh my goodness, my sensitivity or whatever is just really jumped up right now. We are going to get some kind of more dull pathways down on the floor next to their respective colors to make it look a bit nicer. You need hydration? Okay. See you in a bit then, Jay. Yeah, here we go. This is what I mean by just a slightly duller version. And Jay wants me to do pillars, so I can do that. McDonald's. It does kind of look like the McDonald's colors. Oh well, now you've ruined it for me. You've ruined it. So I guess this whole area will be the lighter color. It's fine with me. Jay has acquired hydration. Very nice. Just gonna do it this way. Yeah, there we go. We have a nice kind of duller path following along the brighter wall, which is very nice. Oh, I used the same color, but at least now I know what I have to reselect. Silly me. We're going to try and go a little bit faster with the painting than we did last time. Obviously, last time was dedicated entirely to painting. This time we're going to try and get through the painting and start out on the interiors and object stuff. That would be my fervent hope. And I think we'll be done pretty much with painting and that kind of stuff in about another 30 to 40 minutes, hopefully. Alright, now what next? There's still quite a lot of blank concrete around here. And also I'm not quite sure about this overhang being where it is. But I guess it could work. We could change this to glass, actually. Have a different texture up in here. Yeah, let's have a different texture, okay. It's illegal to mimic the Red Cross logo. Fun fact. I think I knew something about that, but I didn't know it was actually illegal. I thought like it was like copyrighted or something. Quite interesting. Yeah, I'm just adding a little overhang right here, and then we're gonna continue our painting adventure, everybody. What next here? I think, what did I do for this area? Let's kind of refer back. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's try and mimic that in a different way. I think what we'll want to do is have it be a different. I think we'll have it be the same color. Like it'll be a slightly different take on it, but we will still have the same idea of a vibrant color on the side and duller colors in the center. So here we go. I'll show you what I mean. Hold on. Dance floor in Green District. True. So yeah, here's how we'll do it. We'll just have this kind of go along the side, and we sort of want to start toning down the red now because we've now had the red room and now this kind of red hallway. So after this, we will cut down on the red significantly. But maybe because of the red, we'll have like medical or like a kind of a more gruesome part of the map. Kind of have color symbolism there if we can. And then I remember, I just want to get the exact color here, but I remember I used a sort of polka dot color here. Oh, there's a bot in chat, and unfortunately Celestia is not here. He's good at removing them quickly, but I will attempt to do so. Hold on. It's been removed. Alright, so now what we are going to do is head back over here and paste this down. And you can see it's sort of resembling the original entrance point to the map, but with some slight variation, which is what I'm attempting to go for here. Okay, let's unselect that. Something like this, I think, would be nice. I wonder if the names are just randomly selected. That's going to be my guess, Jay. And then what did I put over here? For the next variety stream or stream where, and then Ravmar's message cut off. For the next variety stream or stream where we look at the beach house changes, you're making another event for your beach house. Very nice, Ravmar. Alright, well, we're just going to paste down. I think it's the same color. Oh, no, it's not. It's actually white. Okay, here we go. We're just going to make sure that the non-gray one stands out a little bit more, and we'll be pretty darn close to being ready to continue here. NG is cooking ramen. Alright, then. Okay. We'll have kind of a stripe going up the middle here like this to kind of parallel the floor, just because I think that looks kind of nice. Some of these things is going to be hard to put into words just because I think they look nice, you know? Actually, why don't we get like a lighter version of that and have like a rib cage looking thing, but just not with the medium gray, but with the light gray. So I'll show you what I mean. Hold on. All right, and then we'll bring it up to like this maybe. Yeah, so you can see there's a nice contrast, but it's still not all the same gray, which I think is important. Okay, we might be getting pretty close now to being able to be done with this whole section in general. We could probably just leave the We can probably just leave this ceiling, but this area in here needs a bit of recoloring. So let's get some texturing going on to add some nice variety to the look around here. Something like this to indicate, of course, this place has been under constant, shelling and siege for quite a long time. So it's going to have some scarring and kind of dirtiness all around. Alright. Okay, now we're going to continue moving and get this exterior area. And I think we're going to have it look like this. But before we do that, we're going to have to move up the terrain like we did for this area. So I'll show you what I mean here, because it does not look like it's sticking out of a hill at this moment. So hold on while I show you what I need to achieve here. Okay. Yeah, let's now we just have to make this look a little bit more natural, and obviously move this down. Let's get a radius of like 5. Unfortunate fact of life that the highlighted, selector thing doesn't always work the way you want it to in Ancient Warfare 3, but it's okay. Because we're going to do the same method that we did at the start, where we just bring over the modulars, one to the left and one to the right, so it still looks natural. So let's just get rid of this overlap, and then we should be good to do that process. 2 massive terrain spikes is the logo of Green District. Yep, that's true. To be honest, there will be more terrain changes in the final stream, like the final kind of making it all look super nice. But this is just a really rough version of it all. I will lower it though, because you've made me feel self-conscious about that. Let's bring this down. Oh no, radius is way too small. Let's get it like this. Something kind of like this, just to start. And obviously, like I said, this will receive some significant updating. Oof, that doesn't even look much better, to be honest. Let's get some smoothing going on. This looks better already. Yeah, the smoothing is helpful, very helpful. Just a little bit, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, cool. That looks quite nice, I think. But we need to lower this area as well, again, because a little bit is sticking through now. Lots of rubble is useful for indoor maps. Really makes the map seem full of stuff, even though it's just rubble. Yeah, I'm going to try and add more than just rubble, but I do agree rubble is a helpful tool. Though you have to be careful not to overuse any one type of object. Okay, now we're going to do the modular thing, and we will fix that spike of terrain at some point, maybe in this stream if we get the time. But I'll do something like this, so we can connect the whole bunker together. If it will let me place down a foundation so I can extend it outward, which doesn't seem like it wants to. Please allow me to do so. This may pose a problem. No, actually, never mind. It won't pose a problem. I can just do it like this. Then all I have to do is get rid of these extra ones, and then we can initiate Operation Bunker Extension. The operation doesn't sound too cool. We'll do it like this. Okay. I think that looks pretty nice. Once we complete this skeleton, of course. It would be good if there was snow on the hill. This could take place in winter, actually. That might look pretty nice. There's yet to be any sort of Green District-related stuff that takes place during the winter. It does look nice? Okay, I'm glad you agree. This is somewhat of an experimental concept for a map, so I do appreciate the feedback of the people who are watching. That's another reason why I streamed. But I'm also streaming, of course, to show people how to make maps. And I do think one thing I'm going to do is, once we get to the actual object placement and the decoration stuff, I'm going to do something I don't normally do, which is going to be to make prefabs. I'm just going to make prefabs on the fly and place them down. And the reason I'm going to do that is because normally I don't do that, but I think it's much more commonplace for other people to use prefabs in their map, so I want to kind of encourage that, because it will allow people who are new to Ancient Warfare 3 to make maps more quickly and efficiently, where they might otherwise be burned out. So I am going to bring that technique to your attention, and you can choose for yourself whether or not you want to observe it. Your jaw hurts for some reason, completely unrelated. Okay, that is strange. It just sometimes Sometimes just my teeth just and other stuff just hurt randomly. But it goes away after a bit, though. If it doesn't go away, you must speak to somebody. Prefabs are truly a saver of time. Yeah. Yep. This area is going to be a little bit more darker, I think. We'll have kind of a dark gray, and then, you know how there's like those yellow dashes in a road? Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do it the same way, even though this is not a road. I guess it could be a road, but probably not. We will just because I think that kind of looks visually kind of nice, and I can change it if I need to, of course, but yeah, that looks alright to me. Let's get one more stripe here for the visual of it all, and then we can move on from this tunnel and continue to the next objective. We're going to get this kind of medium gray, then we can continue forward. So yeah, what do you guys think of this series? What sort of series would you like to see on the Tomebinder channel? This is more of a kind of free-form, just talk along and give feedback, I guess, as I go kind of thing. But I could also do more, you know, gameplay series. I could do more like tutorials. I have a tutorial waiting in the wings that I didn't get time to finish yesterday, but I will definitely do that today. And that teaches you how to add ambience to your maps. But I think it would be nice to kind of poll the people who do watch and support me what they would like to see, because I don't want to. I want to keep conform to what people are expecting. I don't want to throw something out of left field. Let me check the chat. Variety streams are also nice. I do have to agree. Those are always fun. You could also do some community game or campaign or competition or something. Oh, that would be cool. That would be quite cool, actually. Maybe I'll start doing some things like that. The thing is, though, I kind of want to wait until I'm like, I don't know, like maybe 150 subscribers, because there's also the thing where, like, I don't know, if I want to have an idea, right, and it's sort of an ambitious idea, I don't know. I feel like it could potentially die if I go too over-ambitious with a small channel. But maybe that could be something that's tied into like a 150 subscriber thing. I'm not sure. But variety streams, certainly I will continue making with all speed. Let me go there. You're going to watch a different video. Okay, see you, Damien. You quite like tutorials as they're very useful for new people with not enough to spend hours messing around, and for people returning to the game. Okay, is there any particular thing that I haven't covered in a tutorial that you think I should do? Not necessarily something that you don't know, but something that you think should just be covered? Alright, while you're thinking of an answer to that, I'm going to start work on this section of the map. But yeah, I currently have a tutorial just waiting to be finished about making ambience in your maps, which I think will help a lot of people, I hope. But after that, I'm a little bit low on tutorial ideas, but that was one of the main founding reasons for this channel, was to create tutorials for Ancient Warfare 3, so I would love to continue that. Sound design is big. Well, that's what I mean. I mean, ambience is pretty much sound design. Should I change it to sound design, like the title of it? It's basically talking about like music, like environment sounds, sound effects. It's pretty much the same thing. Maybe I should change it so it avoids confusing people. All right. Okay, yeah, sure. That'll be up later today, I hope. It's really quite close to being done. Sound design is more catchy than ambience. Okay. I guess we'll do the same thing we just did on that tunnel here, because this will be one that the player is unable to access, and it'll force them to head towards the final encounter. So, this will give me a moment here. Oh, that's interesting. You have to do it a bit differently now. Sound design will probably grab more attention. Okay. For some reason I was thinking the opposite, like ambience would grab more attention. But to be honest, I think it's better to hear this from someone not me. Have a second set of eyes on everything. I also really did enjoy the longer form gameplay videos, especially the 4 Nights at Popeyes, because I also got to do a little bit of fun editing and stuff, which I think kind of made it a little more cinematic too. Just raising the terrain now. We're going to have this kind of merge into the hill a little bit like we did before, so we can continue in the right direction, which is this one. Now, of course, we have to bring this... Oh, no, no, no. Why would you do that? Let's just do this quickly to get rid of all the stuff inside there. And now we have to make it a little bit thicker, like with this tunnel on the right, and we can continue our efforts. Yeah, okay. Only thing is that we don't really have a foundation, so I'll have to do it a bit differently. With this, you know, you can really just take advantage of the game's modular physics engine by doing this. And all you have to do is bring down the walls, and boom. See that? It's just the same as if you had placed a foundation there, because now J&I's updated it, so if you delete a foundation, all of the, if you delete a modular, all of the other modulars connected to it, nothing will happen to them. Before, when you deleted a modular, anything that relied on it, you know, to exist physically, would disappear, but no longer, which is very helpful. Do you mean 4 nights at Beach House? Yeah, that is what I meant. Did I say something else? Did I meant to say like 5 nights? Did I say like 5 nights at Freddy's or like what? I meant to say 4 nights at Beach House. Yeah. You want to make very complex structures? Yeah, that's cool. Just make sure, of course, performance is a factor that you need to take into consideration every time. But yeah, with this update, it will allow you to do that quite easily. You said 4 nights at Popeyes? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say 4 nights at Beach House. Oh, man. Yes, I meant to say 4 nights at Beach House. My apologies, Angie. That was quite fun to make and edit. You also quite like the variety streams with just a bunch of maps, though I think some dedicated episodes to a specific series would be cool. Alright. Yeah, that's sort of the general philosophy I'm adopting here. I was thinking mainly it could be like variety streams and then some series, if there's like a particularly large piece of Ancient Warfare 3 content out, and then, you know, in between them, tutorials whenever I get the ideas. But I think there's just going to generally be fewer ideas for tutorials, whereas there's a pretty much constant stream of variety stream, you know, map suggestions and stuff being put out for me to play. So I'll just basically, the simple answer is I'll just do whatever I can, whenever I can, but it feels like there's going to be a greater volume of variety streams and stuff. Yeah, Popeyes was really getting into my head. I said 4 nights at Popeyes. I really meant to say 4 nights at Beach House, but oh well. Welcome to the stream, Third. I'm just constructing a large environment here for my map. You're also probably going to finish up level 3 for the Subject 87 campaign during the weekend. Cool. Okay, so now we have the final tunnel of the map. Let's try and have a different color scheme for it, because we've already used this one here. And I might want to add a little bit of texturing to this actually as well, so let's kind of do that quickly. A little bit of texturing going into things. Merge these together, make it a little bit darker. Yeah, very nice, okay. Something along these lines. Very nice. Okay, now we're going to focus on the final tunnel of the map, and you can see this is sort of starting to take shape. Some of the terrain will definitely have to be edited to bring the hills up a little bit higher and stuff, to have a bigger sense of scale, but we are getting there, for sure. Okay, yeah, I think we'll keep moving forward. Again, the paint is supposed to be the main objective of the stream, and to get done as quickly as we can, so we can then move on to the objects and unit phase of things. Oh, make a tutorial on making maps seem larger and more immersive. I would have to think about what that would entail, first of all, to be honest. It could be more, instead of a tutorial, well, I guess I could call it a tutorial, but it could also more just be like a kind of a list of just different pieces of advice that I've said, just kind of my collected thoughts on that subject. That might be useful for some people, actually. If you want, I can do that. I can maybe get that recorded pretty soon. So this one's going to have kind of a ring, I think, of yellow and black. Yeah, I think we'll do it that way. So Third said, "Hold on a second," and then never followed up on his message. So I'm curious as to what he was referring to. Could be useful seeing how many maps seem just flat and small. Agreed. Yep. Because I think something that things like Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, or especially Ravenfield, do a good job of is having their contained maps feel large. And that's because there's been some kind of community consensus about how to do that. Ancient Warfare 3 doesn't really have that, I don't think. Not really, anyway. But I think if there's just videos, and that's the whole point of the tutorials, too, is if there's videos to just, like, spam at people, or not spam, but, like, send to people who could use that information, we could kind of get a singular, agreed-upon standard, pretty much, which I think would definitely cause many people, and many YouTubers, too, to take the game a little bit more seriously. Still waiting for Daily to play Good of the Company. I think I'll be waiting forever. So you can see here what I'm trying to do is just create a little bit of texturing, but in a different way. It's not textured like with craters and pitting. But yeah, with modeling we can make skyboxes. It'll be really neat. Oh my goodness, you're right. And you could. Wow, I wonder if this would even be possible. But you could, I suppose, in theory, create an object that like sticks out into the distance, but it's all one object, and it's like a skyline of a bunch of skyscrapers or something. So theoretically, you could create the illusion of a super huge world, and the player would never know, but it would just be a great, I think a great, what am I trying to say here? I think a great visual input for the player as they play the map, even though they know it's not real. Definitely would set it apart for sure, because it's only one object, so it won't have any performance impact whatsoever. But then it's like hundreds of skyscrapers or something. That would be a very detailed and intricate model, though. I think that would take a long time to create if you wanted to make it good. Hello, Fire Turtle. Welcome to the stream. Just working on some tunnels here, and then I'll start placing down some objects and units. As long as you don't go below Y0, you don't die. Or you could just make a flat plane which extends the map. Oh, really? As long as you don't go below Y0, you don't die. Now, you could do that, Jay. I mean, that would be absolutely amazing. I did not know that. But you can just make a model of, like, the ground, and just, as long as, I think, 1 pixel or whatever is on the corner, it could work. Now, that would be that would be amazing. Much less performance impact. Wow. Well, now my mind is reeling with the possibilities. I think at some point I'm going to do a follow-up video about the upcoming modeling features, because J&I has revealed a little bit more about it, and my first video about it has a bit of information that's slightly outdated now. Maybe I'll actually keep that in, even though it's not on purpose. It's a nice little scarring effect, and also because I don't want to take an extremely long amount of time on the remainder of this map. Maybe in Ancient Warfare 3 you could make the video. What video? What video, Damien? It'd still need to be a skybox sort of thing, but it could really add background. Yeah. Yeah, just to not have the map end so abruptly would be so great for so many maps. All right, let's get some ceiling destruction going on here. Rather than just texturing, we'll actually remove these modulars. Or is that a good idea? It may not be a good idea. Oh, it's fine. It's a good idea. It's fine. We'll just do it like this. We'll have 2 rows of destruction, 2 layers. You couldn't place objects on the plane, which would mean you have to model everything you want on the plane. Oh, now that would be quite painful, actually. Oh no. The one where the tiny people are exploding, Damien. I don't know what you're referring to. What map where the people are exploding are you talking about? The map where the tiny people are exploding? I don't actually know what map that is. Actually, I don't want to do this. Or do I? No, I don't, because then it's going to destroy the illusion that this takes place in an underground bunker, which is what I want to have the player think. I'm going to extend the map using roads. But can the player walk on those roads? Oh, just your map, Damien. Got it, okay. Okay, sure. We'll get a little bit of terrain painting in here, but not too much. Just kind of add some texturing. Whoa! Add some texturing around to make things not too monotonous. And maybe we'll do a little bit of final polishing, of course, in the final episode. But we're trying to get the whole painting process about as done as we can get it for now. Yes, you could walk on them. Oh, that's really cool. They're done using terrain painting now, not an object. Oh. Unfortunate. But yeah, I think we've now completed pretty much the painting side of things, so we're finished with the work we started on the previous stream. So let me quickly save the map. and ponder my next move. I think our next move is going to have to be adding objects and units to this map, so we can start working on the gameplay side of things. I guess we can just start from the very beginning, but before we do that, I think why don't we make some prefabs. So let's save this again just because of paranoia, and we'll create a few like defense prefabs and things like that that we can easily place down to indicate that the enemy has set up a strong point or something like that. Alright, creating a prefab. Now really all we're going to do here is merge a few objects together, and hopefully this gives you some inspiration too. Object. Why did I search object? Barricade. We'll do one barricade like this, and why don't we just get a sandbag here? Just kind of messing around. Let's get a sandbag behind this maybe, and a couple of barrels. You really like that idea of the tiny people. I don't really know what video or what map you're referring to, Damien, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah, okay. So let's get another one on this other side. And maybe some like crates or something on the ends of this sandbag. Crate, sorry. We're not going to extend this out any further. Crate, would that look pretty good? Let's get like a future crate or something. You always like the combination of sandbags and concrete barriers. Yeah, it looks pretty nice to me. No, I don't think that would look too well, actually. I guess we could just keep it like this. But why not? Let's try and think of some way to add a little spice to it. Let's put a little bit of shell pile action going on here. Something along those lines. Maybe a little bit of rubble too. Let's get some rubble going on in here. Color of the sandbag is dark gray. Okay. Yeah, just like this. And I can obviously remove that on a case-by-case basis, but what fits best here? Yeah, that fits quite well, actually. Okay, that works for me. We'll just get a... Why don't we place an enemy unit down just to start? Green District Rebel. Something like this. Yeah, just a nice little... plop it down, and there you go. Strong point. Alright, after that, what are we going to do? I think we want to have a sort of ammo or like a resupply point prefab for the enemy. So let's get some concrete barriers once again. Just put rubble underneath, it makes it blend in better. Okay, I'll go back. Yep, just something like this to make it blend in a little bit better. That's fine by me. Yeah, that's about all we need to be on. I think we'll do it this way. That looks pretty nice. Okay, let's save the strong point and keep going. Welcome! I don't think I've seen you around the stream before. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce your name, unfortunately. If you could tell me how to, that would be great, because otherwise I'm just gonna get it wrong, I think. But yeah, nice to see you. Alright, we're gonna add a healing or like a resupply area to this lineup of prefabs. Let's kind of merge this barricade into the existing barricade to get kind of barricadeception here. Oh, that would be quite cool, actually. Is that the way you say it, Jay? I just didn't know. Let's take this, and yeah, I like the barricadeception. I like that a lot. Okay, and it'll also show that their supply points are a little more well defended than their regular old strong points. Arshia. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Well, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. I'm going to just duplicate this and get it in the front here. What do you think about my barricadeception, Jay? Merging them together like this. And maybe we'll add some sandbags as well. We'll see. Maybe to the edges. We'll see how this looks. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that might look pretty good. The only problem is I'm a little bit worried about how the yellow is going to look compared to the gray. And it seems a little bit like clean and undamaged. So we're going to have to add some rubble to combat that. Looks nice, actually. You really like it. Cool. I'm going to do sort of the same thing I did before with the rubble. Obviously at Jay's suggestion. And just to make it blend in a little bit better, we'll do something like this. It'll just be kind of ringed with the rubble here. And maybe we... actually, you know what? I was going to add a little bit more, like add a second strong point to like guard the supply point, but I don't think that would be a good idea. That would make it take up a little too much space for me, and we can manually place the strong points too now, because look at this. What? It's not there anymore. Point. Pfft. Did it not? Strong point? Okay, it just hasn't saved yet. It'll be fine. By the time I get back in the map, it'll be perfectly usable. Alright, you have to go for class. Good stream, though. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Alright, I'm going to get a table going on right here for some ammunition for the enemy team. Of course, the enemy team's ammo can be plundered by your team. Let me think here. Let's get a foundation going on in here. Do we want to get a foundation? Let's think. Do we want to have a foundation? That I am not sure of, because I think it could cause problems with the floor. But then again, it would also allow for, let me show you here. I'll show you the two options that we have for this supply point, because we can either do it this way, like this, maybe with a window on this on the front. No. Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't like, because it also gets it gets rid of the grenade, not the grenade, the barricadeception, unfortunately. So we'll come up with another way to achieve that effect. A modular bridge underneath. That sounds like a good idea. Or I'm going to also do this. For the roof, we're going to do barricades like this. And then for the ceiling, we're going to do the modular wooden bridge. Sorry you're late. Oh, it's fine. Welcome to the stream. Actually, have you been in the stream before? I'm seeing a few names that I haven't seen before. But it's fine that you're late. You can always catch up on what we did earlier in video form. But yeah, it's nice to have you here. Some new people to talk with. Okay. It's logging. Got it. Just didn't know. Alright, we're going to get a modular wood bridge here. And I think this will serve very nicely as a sort of makeshift roof. A makeshift roof. There you go. There you go, old Tommy. We're going to have to do it kind of like this. It'll be a little bit wider than I had originally hoped, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay in the end. Well, what do you guys think? It looks okay. It doesn't look amazing. Yeah, I'm not certain about this look, to be honest. There might be a better way to do this, or maybe just no roof. I'm not sure at the moment. Let's move this one in a little bit. Hold on. So tell me what you think about the current that roof strategy, and whether or not I should keep it or change it. Let's do this. Okay. Wonder if I can do it like this. Might be better. This may be a better way to do it. Now it's just kind of barely all connecting, and actually I can get it fully connected if I just do it this way. Let's do it like this way. Basically the same thing that I had done before, except now it's all connected and it looks better. But I'm still looking for your opinions on this. What do you think about the visuals of this? I kind of like this, to be honest. I like this supply thing. We're going to add some papers and stuff on the outside to make it look a little bit more, you know, well-worn and stuff. But I kind of like it. Maybe under here we'll have like an ammo... wait, ammo pile? Would ammo pile work? No, it's a little too small. How about like a medical crate? Looks neat, he says. Okay. That's good. That's a relief. Let's get some ammo kits. Oh, it looks nice. Thank you, Logan. Much appreciated. And here we'll have just some books lying around. It won't be a full-on supply area, because we don't want to load the player down with too much equipment, because that would just be too nice on them. Something like this. Yeah, the ammo pile just unfortunately doesn't fully fit. But oh well, let's get some papers in here. With maybe some sheet lined paper. Like this. Yeah, looks nice, looks nice. And we're going to have a little bit of rubble on the ground as well. Just trying to make sure I know the proper way to say what I'm trying to say here. Rubble on the ground. Newspaper. Oh yeah, we could put in like a newspaper type thing. That would be cool. Okay. Yeah, like this. I think that's how we'll want to do it. And then some rubble on the ground as well to add to things. Rubble pile. Just like, let's do it this way. Because this will just add a little bit more visual excitement for the player, which is always a good thing. So maybe we'll try and stick that in there too to have it all fit. Okay, cool. And maybe some shell piles too while we're at it. Add some detail, you know. Yeah, okay. And we'll put a gun here. Maybe like an S-47. And that should be just about it for our supply area. Is this good for a supply area, everybody? Here on the Tomebinder channel, we hate being nice to the player. Yeah, we don't want to give them enough supplies that they have a good time. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You know, if this was a sort of like jungle map, what I would do is I would grab some bushes and bring them up to be kind of like camouflaging this thing. Well, this is actually, I kind of like this prefab design quite a bit, actually. I might repurpose this sort of style for a few types of things. Now, Jay is speaking French now. My goodness. Okay. Wonder if I could do it with rocks, or that might be too much. I wonder if we could also get some shell impacts here. Impact. Yeah, there we go. Let's get some bullet impacts all around. Nothing too crazy or fancy. Just a few bullet impacts around to show that this place has seen some wear and tear. Yeah, cool. Okay. All right, and maybe some papers too hanging off the sides. Nothing too fancy or anything. And that should be about all we need to do. And actually, we should put a little. Why don't we put like a little logo or something in here? What's a good logo for supplies and ammunition? Like a downward pointing arrow or an upward pointing arrow? An arrow of some kind, anyway. Let's try it out. We're gonna start with an upward pointing arrow and see if that works. Because I think if we can get the player to train the player to have a positive response to these arrows, that would be cool. Though it might be a bit too big, I'm noticing. What if we did it with sticky notes or something? That might be a little too big for an arrow. Sticky notes may be a much better way of conveying this. That's cool. Oh, okay. I'm going to try it both ways. We're going to try it with green. Or maybe yellow. Let's do yellow. 1, 2. We'll get like 4. It'll be like 4 high and 2 wide. I'll show you what I mean. Just like this, and then have an arrow sticking off to the side. And there we go, like this. Here we go. Yeah, okay. So this makes it a little bit more like arcadey to have like a explicit thing showing you where the supplies are. But I also do like this idea for some reason. It appeals to me immensely, having this kind of visual cue for supplies. So what do you guys think? I'm going to check the chat again. Why is there no red sticky note? That's true! Red sticky notes would be so great for this, but oh well. We'll work with what we have. I kind of like this a little bit better, to be honest. It's a little bit less intrusive to me. We'll get another paper on the ground, because why not? And what about like a candle? Actually, would you put a candle in an ammo place? The correct answer is you would not. What about some sheet metal? Sheet metal can be up on here, kind of partly obscuring the bullets. Maybe would that look good? I'm not sure it would look good. I think we might have to just be done with this, but I like it. I think it'll be good. I think we can save it. Supply point. Okay, anything else you think we should have for this map in prefabbed up? Just trying to think. Anything at all that would be good in prefab form to include for a sort of facility attack map. Yeah, I know exactly. If there was if that's exactly what I was thinking of. If you put a candle in here and it illuminates all the ammunition and stuff, that would be terrible. You have no idea. You just joined. No, it's fine. It's all good. It's fine if you don't have any ideas. It's still nice to be able to talk to you. General signs of a struggle or something like messes. Okay. Yeah, sure. I can do that. Here, hold on. So just rubble prefabs. I have a few already, but it's always good to have more. Always good to have more. And some shell piles. Just indicating that, there was at one time a fight in this area. Blood, maybe. Yeah. Just going to get everything we need in here to indicate that there was a little firefight. And then we can save it. And that may be good for me. That may satisfy. Well, let's get some junk in here. Let's get some junk. Makeshift barricades. Well, I already have one makeshift barricade. Do you mean like a more makeshift one or a different? Or a different kind, like more wooden or something? I'm not quite sure what you're looking for. I'll just save that and say it's rebel. Let's actually tighten this up a little bit. We don't need to have it be so huge. Yeah, okay. We're tightening this up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Okay. We're going to save that as rubble new. Because I have a few rubble prefabs already. And crops. So there's not going to need to be too many crops, Damien, because this is not an agricultural area. It's actually an interior facility. But I will create a small makeshift barricade here that the enemy will be using. I don't really want to use barbed wire, I don't think. What about, here's an idea, logs. I wonder how that would look. We're going to try. This is actually going to be end up being a little bit bigger if it's used, and I don't really know why they would have logs in this type of facility, so perhaps this was not such a great idea. I do like this idea as kind of a machine gun post, but only in like a forested area. Doesn't really make sense for an interior. But oh well, I'm just experimenting here. I might be about done making prefabs, folks. I think we could be nearing that time. We're going to get the barricade again, our barrier. Yeah, I've not really seen too much more that I'm going to need. I guess I'll get this for a small machine gun post like this. Some sandbags. Yeah, this will be nice for a second type of machine gun post. This is a little bit more improvised, you can already tell. And a little bit of rubble as well to make it blend in. Certainly no need to be particularly fancy, just something that can be kind of plopped around, but not too often, obviously, because you don't want people to really catch on to the fact that it's a prefab. Or if they do realize it's a prefab, you want them to think that there's various variations of it. So that means you'll have to, A, use it scarcely, and B, make some slight changes each time. So, you have a good idea? What's your idea, Damien? I'm all ears. Let's get some sheet metal. And perhaps some paper as well, for the heck of it. And again, I'm getting this problem with this, it's just slightly too big. We're going to contain this to the center and take this out. Okay, this I think is going to be a bit better for what we're trying to do. Yeah. Okay, we're going to save that. Just a simple machine gun post for one gunner. You don't use prefabs, you should. I don't really use prefabs either, I'm just using this to encourage others to use prefabs. My technique is a little bit more methodical and drawn out, but maybe I'll start using prefabs sometime. I'm just doing it for this map to encourage others. Improvised MG post, something like that. Actually, I'll just do strong point 2. It's going to be easier to find. Okay, I think that's about all we need right now, so I'm going to head back to the map and place things down. Maybe some unit with the MG on the side. Oh, you're right. Maybe I should create a version that has a unit in it, just for efficiency's sake. Use workshop prefabs, but not your own. Ah, okay. I will create a version of all of these prefabs that have units in them for convenience's sake. Green District, Rebel. Let's get those units in here. This is what we want, I think. Except it's a bit too low, so we'll have like a machine gunner unit. Something simple like this. And perhaps we'll give him a MG 249. Welcome back, Fish. I'm just creating a few prefabs to use for this map to encourage others to make use of that feature. Prefabs are actually not used by too many people new to the game, and it would definitely help them make maps faster and more efficiently if they did. Strong point 2, manned. There we go. And I don't need to make a version of the rubble prefab. But the supply point, not the supply point either, because it's not really a fortification. So I think we're good. I think we can officially return back to the map and start placing these things down. First wave of interior decorating will be the prefabs. So let's go back. Just waiting for this to load in here. And I'm not quite sure. We're just going to have to see where any of these things will fit and place them according to, I think, the logical choices. I think this first area is going to need a few barricades in it straight off the bat. Here's strong point. Yeah, this will work nicely, I think. All right, something like this already. And do we want to have a second one? I'm not quite sure right now. I'm gonna leave it for now, but maybe one will be here. And this is already making things go by faster. Let's get a second version of the strong point here. Oh, it's actually a manned version. And this will be kind of guarding the whatever camp that's around here. Will it? Will it? I'm not sure it will. I've changed my mind. We're going to continue forward. There will be a strong point up here overlooking the heightened area to kind of get some high ground. Can shoot the player as they approach and prevent them from going up the stairs. There aren't actually often in maps too many threats to like players in like stair rooms or like vertical areas. So I'm going to try to challenge that now. We'll head up here. I don't think we want any fortifications or anything in these very tight spaces, so we'll continue going forward as fast as we can. Kind of come back out here. And I'm also going to put a supply point back up in that big area that we decided not to put something in. There'll be a supply point here. Yeah, okay. Somewhere like this. Cool. Okay. Stair gunfights aren't fun if you're trying to go up them. Yeah, or like, especially not with ladders. But I think in this case, it would work. It wouldn't be too frustrating for the player. That's my hope, anyway. There'll also be easy access to a medical crate if you fail. Fish is back again. Okay, welcome back, then. We're going to head back out to this open area. If we get that chance, which looks like we do. This door will open up to here, and we will put another strong point that we can easily use to block access to a place. Why don't we put the strong point over on this end? Player's going to go that way and see a sort of optional... There'll be some supplies here, but they really have to go this way and open up to down here with a second version. Yeah, this is where we're going to put that. This is it. Okay. Now, is it going to be a convenient and fun for the player to fight from down this way? The correct answer is probably not. We're going to have to put it on the other side of the door frame. And we're also going to allow the player to take these guys by surprise, which I think would be quite cool and fun. Yeah, okay. So you'll shoot them from behind. Got it. Alright, so now we're going to continue moving forward. What do we want to do for this? I think we will emulate the same defenses for this tunnel and all the other tunnels. But we'll use different versions of the prefabs. Alright, now we should be pretty good to continue forward into here. And this place maybe won't have too many fortifications because it's being used as an airfield, but maybe not. I feel like they would realistically reinforce it, so forget I said anything. But we're going to put a resupply point outside here as well for convenience to the player, because this is going to be a very large battle. Or maybe a supply point will be in here. Yeah. And the player can use the resupply point to heal up. But if they open this door, they're going to have to camp it if they want to use this. You know what I mean? You won't have any protection if you're staying here and open the door. So it's going to encourage the player not to stay in here a super long time. Alright, well this should work pretty well. And we'll see what we can see here. Maybe we'll get a few strong points just generally positioned around. There'll be, maybe I'll put like an anti-air thing. I know I have one. What's it called? AA? Yeah. We'll have a couple of these down in the airfield. Pretty simple concept behind them. Get one down here, and then a few at the end. Okay, what is this? I'm subscribed to a few cool prefabs by Sranch. These are World War II era, though, so I don't think it would make too much sense. Oh, no, these are cool. These are cool prefabs. I think I'm going to hang on to them for now, though. They can camp it from the other. I know they can camp it. They can use it as cover, but if they use the cover, they aren't going to get the medical crate. Well, maybe they still will. They probably still will. But I do like the positioning of this in general. I don't know. I just kind of like how it's hidden off to the side. Yeah. It's not perfect. This map is I don't think, going to be my magnum opus, but I'm going to work really hard on it and have it be as fun and playable as possible. That's kind of my hope with all maps, really. I think they may still get it. Yeah, it is a radius. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they will. Yeah, okay, let's get another AA turret here, because why not? Or maybe an AA position. I'll kind of convert this prefab to my own ends here. Yeah, cool, okay. And will this work? I could kind of stick it in to this area here. I'm not sure it's going to work too well, unfortunately. But we will close this off and create a secondary doorway inside concrete wall. This area will also have a few like computer towers and stuff too, because this area above all else is going to be more of the kind of secondary command center of the rebels. This place was supposed to be the main command center, but this out here is the secondary command, so hopefully I'm going to put a lot of detail into that. Maybe you can make this section a sort of camp. That is kind of my hope. Yeah, I'm going to get some tents down right now just to show you kind of what I'm going to go for. something along these lines, I'm hoping. And we'll have some like cots and stuff around as well. I mean the camp bed, sorry. It's the same thing. These guys will just kind of take cover along the sides. And of course there will be more. I'm just kind of going a little bit fast now, getting the general interiors done at this moment. Not much is going to be needed inside that area, so I think we don't need to touch on it too much. One thing I want to do right now, let's add back the grass. Grass is going to help. And I'm going to also add some no grass areas to everywhere. Then it's not really needed. But not right now. I'm fine with keeping grass for now. It's definitely going to... Yeah, it already adds a bit more detail to this area. Let's add a little bit like of a heavier, more heavily trodden path that leads to both of these tunnels, first of all. Show you what I mean here. Just going to go a little bit like this. Yeah, okay. That's really all I want to do. And then this will kind of branch off this way. Cool. That's all I'm going for. Because we want to add some more texturing to the ground as well. If we can get that. Guys, help. I modeled the Canadian flag in Blender. And now you're in a very patriotic mood. Alright, I'm just going to do a little bit of terrain raising now because I'm on the subject. Yeah, that's going to add to the help the texture a lot, actually. Yeah, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Very cool. Okay, question is now what? We need to start focusing a little more heavily on the non-prefab decoration of these interiors, which I can certainly do. Oh, this is the area that I want to set to be no grass. Let's do that right now. No grass, no grass. I hate grass. I hate natural things. That was a joke, of course. No grass area. There we go. Radius of like 30, 40. And it'll just go right through here on the areas that are touching the ground on the interiors. Because it would not make sense for grass to be sticking up into this facility, so we're just going to get rid of it all in here. Yeah, I hate the environment. Oh my gosh. Just kidding. So yeah, we'll just you can't see it obviously, but I'm adding the no grass area underneath these modulars. And now let's make sure we've gotten rid of all the grass, and then we can continue forward to the next step of things. This stream will probably last a little bit shorter than the average stream on the Tomebinder channel, just because I would like to have a little bit of time to continue editing and making videos tonight. And we actually are getting pretty close to the end of my objective for this stream, which is to get the first wave of interior stuff in. And obviously some areas are just not quite finished yet. This may last a little more than 5 parts. It could last 6 or even 7, but hopefully not much longer than that, because there are other things that I want to do too as well, which you already know. But I do like being able to kind of show my process on making a map in its unedited form. Oh, welcome back. Well, I shouldn't say welcome back. He hasn't been in the stream yet, but welcome to the stream, Damien. Not Damien. Ben. Damien's message was before Ben's. That's why I got the two confused. Welcome back to the stream, Ben. I'm going to stop talking. I think I'm digging myself into a deeper hole. Let's keep going. I want to add a little bit of rubble to all these areas here. I've got that rubble prefab already made. So let's get the rubble 2. Here we go. And we obviously don't want to overuse it, but it can be... Yeah, let's just do it like this. It can certainly be used, just not overused. This, I think, will fill very well. Yeah, it flows very well with that. And let's get pre-existing rubble prefab in here. And this is my age-old prefab that's been used since the dawn of time in my maps and content, from everything from Green District to Good of the Company. This rubble prefab has been used in. I'll pop it in here just to pay homage to it. And or is it homage or homage? I'm pretty sure it's homage. Let's do that. I think you're gonna go to sleep now. See you tomorrow. Okay, see you, fish. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to watch the rest of the stream, it will be in video form later tonight. Of course, this stream probably won't last too much longer. Maybe another 15-20 minutes. Then I'll go back to video making. Let's get a little bit more rubble in these upper areas, I think. I think that'll be important. especially because this area has been already blasted to heck. So we need to have some evidence of that with the rubble, I think. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. I've decided against that course, actually. We're going to go back to this area. Down here. This place needs some rubble. This place needs some rubble. If ever a place needed rubble, this is one. Okay. Guess I only use that prefab. Is this different now? Has there been an update? I guess I can only place this prefab on the ground. I must have only used it in Good to the Company stuff where I elevated the terrain to match the foundations. That's interesting. Of that, I was not aware. Well, okay, let's get a little bit more rubble here, and then we can continue our mission. Let's put down the new rubble prefab as well. Just they can all kind of merge together, and we'll get a few of those computer towers in soon, but not quite yet. We'll place a few tables around, because again, this is their secondary command center as well. Maybe a few towers around too, but heavily fortified too. This is their command center. Even if it's just their secondary one, they have it quite well fortified in anticipation of air raids, all kinds of stuff. I wonder if you would be able to get into this tower. I think you would be. As long as you can get up to that ladder, which the player wouldn't be able to. I'm not going to do it though, because it wouldn't be possible for the units to get into it anyway. So not going to do that. Wouldn't make sense. But that's just an interesting thing to consider. Would you be able to get into a tower if you got onto it from a modular rather than the ground? You need to work on the way downstairs. Your teeth getting ripped out stopped you from working on it. You have to make 5 levels in 19 days. Don't rush yourself or burn out, Logan. If you need any help, let me know. And did you get like your teeth removed or like a tooth pulled or something? Because that's always a bit rough for a while. Let's bring this up a little bit. Let's get some concrete walls here to increase the skyline. Alright, it might be delayed. That's okay. Delays are sort of a fact of life. I try not to do it, but it does sometimes end up happening. You got your wisdom teeth taken out, all 4. Oh, yeah. That is rough. Alright, really we're just doing this to increase the feeling of a broader skyline on this map. But I am sort of running out of things to say, to be honest. If I have to be perfectly frank with you, sometimes in these maps, these streams, where I'm making a map, it's just like, well, yep, I'm doing this thing, and I can only say that, and then nothing more important to say. So that's why I do appreciate having people here to talk to, so we don't have to stay strictly on topic. Let's get some sandbag walls around here. Yeah, sandbag walls, I think, are going to be the way to go for this airstrip, but we're going to have to make them gray. Dark gray. Only just a few days ago, did you feel good enough to talk again? Yeah. Yeah, it was, for me, it was rougher, I would say about a week. I don't really know. I don't remember, to be honest. But yeah, strong negative memories. But it's good that you're improving your condition. We'll do it kind of like this, maybe. Just adding some nice little sandbag walls around here to kind of, I guess the word you could use would be, this is a big word, but delineate the boundaries of the airstrip. That's what the purpose of these things are. And it also adds a little bit more, visual variety. Makes the map less flat. Flatness is always the bane of any player. Keep that in mind. We'll add a few guard towers here as well. Delineate. Wow, that is such a big word. Yep, that's true. I just couldn't at that moment think of a better way to say it. Sadly, your gum is doing something where it's on the top of your teeth, so you can't eat anything for the next at least week. Oh, you can't eat anything at all? You need to eat only. Oh my goodness. Well, that's intense, man. How's that working for you? Only having drinks. Do I have like a prefabricated building or something I could use to fill this area a little more? No, okay. I could do a skyscraper here. Could do it. Oh, invalid object. Never mind, I could not do it. I could not. No, I've got to be careful because some of these could show spoilers for something I don't want to show spoilers for. But I don't think any of it will. Can you some of the Creed versus Rust stuff? Why not? Oh, it's a bit too big to fit, never mind. Oh yeah, okay, that's cool. Just looking back at my old prefabs now. I don't think there's going to be anything I can use, so never mind. We're going to abandon that idea. You're finished and have free time. You finished everything. Oh, watching from school again. You finished everything. Okay, cool. Cool, War Striker. Nice to have you back in the stream. I am working on my Green District map at the moment. Just working out a way to add some verticality to this particular area. I think I'm going to have to custom build some outbuildings for this airstrip. What is doing the prefab? It's just like a couple of, I think, Sardaukar. I'm pretty sure it's just a couple of... Yeah. These are just a couple of Sardaukar soldiers based on images I found on the internet. Nothing too fancy. Alright, here we go. I'm going to work on this building now. Of course, we don't want it to be a flat rectangle. We're going to have to do some shenanigans with it. But I am capable of shenanigans. Here we go. Let's bring it up one level. And, do what we can do. My only point of reference is the 2021 movie, so you thought they were Fremen. Oh yeah, no, I just found some like random art on the internet. I looked up like Sardaukar. It might have actually been before the 2021 movie came out that I made that Dune prefab. I'm not entirely sure. Let's lower this. All we're doing here is making like an air traffic control building. And maybe we'll put a little bit more air defense stuff around here. You gave up halfway through the Dune movie because it made no sense. That's fine. I can understand how it would be a lot to take in and stuff. I watched the whole thing just because I'd read the book and stuff, so I sort of knew a little bit more what was going on. But that's definitely a reasonable point of view too. I know a few people who are like, yeah, just not into that kind of story, which is reasonable. Let's get some concrete barricades, maybe, to conflict with these sandbags here. Yeah, something like this I think would look pretty nice. Some slabs. Some big old hunks of concrete for you guys. Just what I always wanted. Yeah, the old Dune movie is very divisive. A lot of people like it, and a lot of people don't like it, like strongly dislike it. I've never seen it. I started it a while back. I just never got around to finishing it, I guess. Let's get rid of this stuff. We don't need to have the sandbags in the area with the air traffic control building. Okay, what next here? I think we're getting some good progress on this airstrip, making it look a little bit more... It was the least promising area of the map going into the stream, but it seems to be a little bit more fleshed out now, which is very good. I have a question about the good of the company. So is the government trying to destroy the facility because of the corrupted? Yeah, pretty much. There's just been... They're responding to it in the way they would respond to like a natural disaster. So they're coming in because there's this unknown hostile threat, and it's also interfering, of course. The existence of the corrupted is interfering with the normal operations of DevCorp, who... This is obscure, I wouldn't expect you to know this, but at the beginning of the campaign, Golgi says something like, "We've recently signed on a new contract with the government to supply them with weapons." And obviously the government wants to keep their supply of weapons stable, so they're coming in basically to clear the area of hostiles, but they find it in so much chaos they just decide they have to suppress the whole thing. It's basically what was in my mind when I was developing that idea. Does anybody pronounce G? I always pronounce it GOTC. Not GOTC. But I guess it could be pronounced either way. It's interesting how different people pronounce things different ways. So here what I'm going to do is an interesting little concept I've thought a lot about. Actually, not a lot about. A little bit about. We have just these alternating doors and windows. And I think it'll end right here. That'll add a little bit of texture and dimension to this air traffic control building. concrete door frame. And the player probably won't be in this air traffic control building at all, but I'm going to put a little bit of thought into this here. I spell GOTC, but say good to the company. That's basically what I do as well. Okay, so yeah, I kind of like this look for it. It adds a bit of dimension to it, I think. Maybe, yes, no, maybe so. Let's see here. Let's get a rampart wall again. Okay, I think that'll be about good for that area. Let's get a door frame. You bought Girl Scout cookies at school, and my science class is trying to steal them. You should have done it under the radar, man. They're gonna leave you with nothing. This looks good. Okay, that's cool. Concrete wall. We're going to have this area kind of be going up a little bit, but this will stop at the 2 mark. Just adding some nice dimension to it is always going to be my hope. A concrete wall will go up one more here, and then stop, and then we'll set up the air traffic like tower thing right up here at the top. It was disguised in a Chipotle bag, which made them even more rabid. Oh no. Well, at least you tried. I mean, it was a good idea to disguise it, but now it's everyone for themselves. I gotta click a button here so I can see the chat again, but I now can. I'm not quite sure about that. I'm not quite sure about the use of the pillars here, but I'll keep it for now and make a final decision later. And we'll do one more little change to the overall structure of the air traffic control building before we finish it up. We're going to have a sort of overhanging air traffic thing. I'll show you what I mean. Wait, is that how I want to do it? Is it really, truly? In my heart of hearts, I want to do this. Let's get rid of this and still think about it. Do I want to do it this way? Let's just see how it looks this way. I'm not entirely certain. We'll bring up some pillars here. These pillars I'm not sure about. I am a little bit quizzical about these particular pillars and their role in the map, but we'll see if they survive to the completion of this map, and if they do, I'll frankly be a little bit amazed. I guess they can survive if they keep a low profile. Are those Creed prefabs on the workshop? They are not. I could put them on the workshop if you would have use for them. They're going to be appearing in the next map. So we're going to have a couple of windows here and then some glass walls. Welcome, cat from space, or just cat. How would you like to be referred to? Or just space. Now that would be interesting. Let's have some breakable windows here. And a concrete wall behind. So this is going to be obviously the aircraft control area. That kind of juts out over the side. So what do you think about this look, everybody? Is this a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Or let's actually get some more pillars. Or maybe not. Maybe we don't need more pillars, actually. Let's instead move this pillar to the corner. But I do like the jutting out thing. I think it adds some dimension to it all. Yeah, I don't care what you call me. Okay, maybe I'll just call you Cat from Space. Or Cat for short. Alright. Greetings, the feline originating from the cosmos. Thumbs up? Okay, cool. Speaking of thumbs up, if you want, you can like the video to support me. Alright. I think we're going to be done with the air traffic control thing for now. We'll probably come back to it soon. It's obviously empty right now. But just adding a little more structure to the map I think is going to be a good thing in the end. Let's get a little bit more terrain painted at the moment. And I need to check in. I have 9 current messages. I need to make sure it's nothing like urgent. It is not. Okay. You just had a massive lag spike. Oh no. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. It could be because of something I did. It could be because of something on your end. But yeah, using this particular setting in my streaming service means that sometimes people will get lag if their internet isn't the best, because I currently have it set so that the stream is automatically at the highest possible setting, which I think you know if you're seeing this in 1080p. But of course 1080p is the most taxing on the internet of the various quality settings. Of course, I'm just repeating information I'm sure you already know as a frequenter of YouTube. Yeah, so we're just going to do that, and maybe we'll extend this out a little bit. And I didn't remember, did you say you would have use for those Creed prefabs, or were you just asking out of curiosity? Talking to War Striker at the moment. It's like a secretary building? Oh, okay. It's meant to be air traffic control, but could be anything, really. I mean, 8K Super HD is the most taxing on your Wi-Fi. You're right, but I don't even know if that's a setting I can have. Let's extend this out a little bit, and obviously, we're going to follow the classic technique known as the Big Three. Well, really, it's just texturing. But when you want to have exterior areas, you have to have 3 different colors. This is an idea that's been coined by Jay. And was it Laws too? I don't remember the other person who was involved in that term. But I do have a question when we're moved on a little bit from this. I have a question for the people in this chat. The Big Three. Yeah, I'm going to use the Big Three. You think you'd have a use? They look pretty like a dystopian army thing. Okay. I'll get them up once the next Creed vs. Rust map is up, which should be fairly soon, I hope. But like I said in the previous stream, YouTube is taking a little more time than Ancient Warfare 3 map production itself these days, which is unfortunate because I kind of want to be able to still play the game regularly. That's why I kind of like to combine them in things like this. Alright, well, we've got a three textured path out here, which I think looks fairly nice. Some things are going to need to be a little bit fixed up, obviously, but let's save this. Oh, we've got a bot right now. The Big Three is not a specific set of colors, War Striker. It's actually just an idea that basically says you need to have 3 different colors if you want to have a nice looking ground texture in an exterior. So hold on, I'm just going to delete this bot comment, and then we can continue forth with the comment. Login, please do not spam if there's a bot, even if there's I see it, and spamming actually made it take longer for me to delete its comment. Yeah, the goal of the player in this map is going to be to get to the plane. Not to the chopper, but to the plane. It's a similar concept. Now we want to raise this up, I think. Actually, no, we don't. We're going to have this part be coming out from the hillside, but this part will actually be like an exterior-based facility. I think that's how we want to have this. We're going to set the height up to like 15 or 20 at a maximum speed and work from there. Actually, we'll raise instead of site height. Robotic infiltration detected. Activate immediate termination. It's been terminated. Remain calm, Ben. There is no need to panic about the robotic intrusion. Just going to raise this up a bit. We've done this a few times already on stream, but I don't do anything off camera for this map, so I have to do all this process live, even if it's not necessarily good content. Well, I don't know. Are you interested in terrain editing in Ancient Warfare 3? If you are, this is definitely the content for you. I do like that there's a little bit more variety in the stuff that I'm putting out these days. A while ago I was trying to do just reviews, but I think the tutorial helps more people more often, so let's bring this down. We're going to want to smooth this, I think. Oh my goodness, that's too smooth. Too smooth! Go back, too smooth. After doing some mining off cam, I'm not going to do any mining off cam. I'm just gonna do all my work on stream. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. And of course, there's going to have to be the painstaking process at the very end of adding invisible walls to this entire thing. I think your go to the company map might be from the POV of a government recruit just trying to do his job. That's cool. That's a cool idea. There have been a few attempts at making government POV good to the company things, but I don't think any of them have ever really been completed. So that would be a very nice perspective to get more of. The government is probably the faction that the least is known about in the Good of the Company universe. You'll be busy next stream, and your map is on the list for it. Oh no! That's sad, Jay. I guess I could move it to a different stream if you really want, but what do you think? But yes, orbital security is on the list for the next stream. Let's not update the modular buildings. I think in about maybe 5 minutes I'll start to wind the stream down if you don't mind. We've gotten a lot more done today, and we're going to do a little bit more object placement, fleshing out the world, and unit placement in the next stream. That'll be pretty much heavy duty going into the objects and units. But we have definitely now added some real substance to every area of the map, which is a good thing. Does it start at 12 o'clock PST or 13 o'clock PST? Because if it's 13 PST, I might be able to make it. I'm going to see what 13 o'clock PST is. That's 4 p.m. Oh, the next one will be at 13 J. So that's cool. Yeah, they always start at 4 p.m. EST, which equates to, I suppose, 13 PST, according to YouTube. Alright, Damien is going to go to bed. Okay, that's fine. See ya. And I know you just got here, Cat from Space. I know that's unfortunate, but to be honest, I have already been streaming for about half an hour, and I try to have these not last excessively long, especially because I have a few videos on queue for today that I would like to finish recording and editing. So, if you don't mind, I'll get one more objective to complete before we finish this up. Let's add some decoration to this starting area here. How about some rubble? Let's get some rubble in here. Rubble new. Let's do this. Let's do this. Gonna get that classic rubble prefab again. Maybe a landed helicopter as well. Future helicopter. No, thank you. Let's get like an Apache or something. What? No. What? I thought it was there. Blackhawk. There we go. That'll work very nicely. And obviously this is still just very much a first stage thing. I'm probably going to reposition a few things for visual effect going forward, but now we at least have a general look of what the starting area is going to be. Would you mind playing my map towards the end of next stream? That would work just fine, Jay. I'll move it towards the back of the list. It's called the AH64 in game. Ah, okay. Oh yeah, I haven't been streaming for half an hour. I've been streaming for an hour and a half. Sorry about that confusion. So I'm going to save this map, everybody. I wonder why it says it started streaming 8 minutes ago. That is odd. Maybe you joined 8 minutes into the stream or something. But everybody, I think we've made a lot of progress on this stream, and we're moving towards completing this facility siege map, or facility attack map. I shouldn't call it facility siege, because then people will confuse it with the pre-existing map, Green District Facility Siege, that already exists. So I won't call it that anymore, but it will be another map in the Green District universe that I'm going to be completing fairly soon here. A few more parts, and I think we'll be close to done. Oh, YouTube also said I had 432 dislikes on the video. That's quite odd. But I'm going to head back to the beach house now. We're going to get one final glance at this map, and I will not be doing any changes to it off stream. The next edits will be made on stream. So we're going to head back here. Yeah, I'm actually feeling pretty good about the updates that we've made today. I went into this stream and I was feeling, wow, this is a pretty daunting task. You know, there's a lot that we have to get done. But we've made some good headway, and I think after, I don't know, I don't want to make any guesses, but maybe 2 or 3 more episodes, and we'll be in good shape to finish up the whole thing. Because I certainly need one more stream specifically dedicated to object and unit placement. Then after that, maybe one for scripting, and then one after that for the final touches. So we'll see what we can do. You're very excited for clothing edit? Do you mean cloth or actually clothing? Because that'll be cool. Armor editing is coming very soon. Well, not very soon, but in a few months. Well, anyway, we still have this problem with the ship's gun. Let's alleviate that problem here. Hold on. Clothing editing. Yeah, okay, I'm just making sure. So before we go, I'm going to do a slight repair to the ship that's been docked. It's been docked here for a while. I'm not going to go back onto it. There's a few more things I need to see on this ship before we send it back on its way. So I haven't deleted it yet, or I haven't sent it back on its way yet. But its guns are having malfunctions sometimes, so I'm just going to fix it for them. And that, just to be a nice neighbor. Now we'll hit play and go back into the beach house. Oh, we have another bot. I'll get rid of it. Don't spam though, Login. I would appreciate it if you didn't. Or don't spam me. You too, Ben. Don't spam. Don't spam. Just say it once. I'll see it. I'll catch it. You should make a secret where if you click the chopper at the start of the map, it would turn into an enemy helicopter and kill you. That would be a brutal surprise. Okay, well, yeah. I guess I will start to wind things down, everybody. The termination has been complete. Oh my goodness! The gun is shooting at me! No! No! You can't do this. It's totally shooting at me. Okay, I need to fix that. No! We've had unexpected consequences. Alright, Cat from Space has to go. Guys, thankfully I was able to pause reality and fix it before I got killed by the gun. That would have been a disaster. Celespia died though, but don't worry, we've already managed to stitch him back together. Don't worry about it, it's fine. He'll be in blue, I guess. or red. I don't even remember. It's been so long and I don't even remember what the targeting modes do. Like does red mean you target blue units? How about the guns just go away? No guns in the beach house world. No guns at all, in fact. Anyway, yeah, that was the I would say the part 3 out of 6 or 7 of making a map, and I'll do the official outro in a second here, but you have to make it blue to have them target red units. Understood. I will do that for the next stream. The next stream, everybody, is going to be a variety stream, which will be playing a bunch of different maps that I didn't get around to on the previous one, because I had an extremely ambitious list for yesterday's variety stream, and I didn't get to everything. But tomorrow, I'll be covering quite a few different things. And today I'm going to also be posting at least one video, that video about sound design, but maybe more, who knows. One quick question from Login before I do the thanks for watching thing. What's your question, Login? Can I ask your help with scripting later this week? Yes, indeed you can. Just send me a message. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching the stream. I always appreciate your support. If you want to support me directly, you can leave a like and subscribe, or you can follow my Steam Workshop, which is always linked in the description of my content. And yes, I will be showing I can show it on Thursday, Michelle, Dark's house. Dark's house has actually been built. Just waiting for a good time to show it. But thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next piece of content. You have a good day too, War Striker. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.